Hey guys, Eric here. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Before we tune in to the details today, I have one little favor I'd like to ask you. Are you listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify? If you are, and if you haven't done it already, it would be so helpful to Anita and I if you could leave a 5-star review. It could just be putting 5 stars or even writing down something that you really enjoyed and learned from the episodes that you've heard so far. This kind of help would really improve our ability to give you better content and also to help other people find out about Taiwanica. So if you wouldn't mind taking just a few moments to do that if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we really hope you enjoyed today's episode.
This is episode 18, talking about fast food and street food and their major differences. Welcome to Taiwanica! I am Anita. I am one of the hosts on Taiwanica and amazing teacher and amazing talker. And here with me today is Eric.
Good job. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Eric. I am also one of the hosts here on Taiwanica. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, I am a teacher on Amazing Talker. I guess I'm pretty amazing, too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're okay.
All right. Yeah, well. Yeah, anyways. Well, thanks for the love there, honey. So, as Anita says, we're talking about something fun today.
Oh my god, delicious.
And scrumptious.
Oh.
Yes. Fast food and street food. Okay, so today we are gonna first talk about fast food.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you remember when we were in Taiwan?
In Taiwan?
Yes. The most delicious fast food in Taiwan that you recognize,
Oh my god.
you pay attention to.
Well, I mean, in Taiwan, wherever you go, you'll always see the beautiful M.
I'm loving it.
Uh-huh.
The M.
The M. The McDonald's.
What is that?
That's Japanese for McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yes. You know what?
What?
Actually, before McDonald's, we have Wendy's and Hardee's.
What? Wait, Wendy's and Hotties?
Yes.
What's Hardee's?
Hardee's. You guys don't call it Hardee's in the United States, don't you?
Do
you?
Oh, wait, are you talking about the Star one?
The Star, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, we in USA we call it Carl's Jr.
Okay, but basically they are the same thing. Right?
Yes,
The same thing.
So,
Okay, so it's a funny history facts in Taiwan. Like
fast food fact.
like most people, like whenever think about fast food in Taiwan, we think about McDonald's, right? Like McDonald's is everywhere, or if not for McDonald's, we have KFC. But actually, the really fun fact, and before McDonald's, we had Wendy's and Hardee's.
Okay.
But at that time, because they're so just too expensive, you know, at that time in Taiwan, everybody's income is not so high. So not many people can accept that price.
Oh.
So that's why they all like gone now.
Expensive fast food is no good.
No good.
No good.
Yes. You know, only like if you are like 30 or more years old, recognize Wendy's. And, you know, when we were a kid, we had Wendy's and Hardee's, you know, stuff like that. But, yeah, anyways, right now everybody can see McDonald's everywhere, KFC everywhere, Burger King and Subway.
And more.
And more. Yeah, we are going to talk about that because of those foreign, you know, American, of course. American fast food restaurants, we kind of encouraging some local people having their own brands, such as Ding Gua Gua.
Oh, Ding Gua Gua.
And don't sound like you understand what
It's
I'm talking
something
about.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan Dan. Exactly. Dan Dan is the most special one. The very, very special one.
Yes.
A lot of foreigners feel very confused about that, which we will talk about. We will ask about this foreigners about how you feel about this Dan Dan. We will talk about it later.
Yes, we'll talk about Dan Dan good.
Yes. So basically, you know, yeah, in Taiwan, it's very straightforward. Like I mentioned, McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Subway.
Yep.
Those are four. And what about USA? What are the fast food here?
Oh, well, in USA, I mean, we are the creators of fast
The
food.
king.
The king, the empire, whatever you want to call it. It all started, in the 60s and 70s or even earlier, really, like we had these drive-up restaurants where you could be in your car and you could just it's kind of like a drive-through these days, except you wouldn't drive around the restaurant. You would actually park in front of the restaurant, order a hamburger and French fries, and sit in your car while eating it. And then when they're done, these people, sometimes they'll even be on roller skates and roll up to your car and be like, "Oh, are you done with your meal?" Be like, "Yes." And you give them the plate and they roll away with your dirty plate. It was very fancy. And places like that were called A&W. There's, just some of the more classic versions of fast food before it became more of what it is today. The burgers, the French fries, the soda, and all of that kind of stuff happened with a restaurant called White Castle, which is still around in the USA. Not as popular now, but because, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, McDonald's.
That's not the song at all.
Oh, well, anyways, shows how much I eat fast food. It took over. Just basically, they allowed what's called franchising. I don't know if you're familiar with the term, but just so the audience recognizes it, you are basically able to take the company's logo, menu, all of the stuff, and sell it yourself. And because McDonald's allowed this, it just spread across the United States like a wildfire. And that's why you see McDonald's all over the world these days. But yeah, that's some of the history of fast food in the USA. And then nowadays, there are some famous ones, not because of all the stuff they have at their fast food place, but for a particular food. Okay, so for example, you mentioned Wendy's earlier, right? So Wendy's is very famous for their Frosties. Frosties kind of like a sundae or like ice cream that you could either drink or eat. And it's like, it tastes so good. But like a few years ago, they found out there's like sawdust in it. So so it's not as popular anymore. But people were loving that. And then there's McDonald's, of course, is famous. I think in Taiwan for the same thing. You can confirm that. It's the French fries, right? Everyone loves McDonald's French fries.
Yes.
And so each place has their thing. And you would go there, and if you know about all the fast food restaurants in the USA, like every American does.
Like Eric does.
Okay. A little bit of Chang right there, a little bit of judging right now. But anyways, if you know that place, you'll be like, oh, I only go there for this. Okay, so that's how Americans think. If I really want curly fries, I go to Arby's. If I really want really soggy French fries that taste so good, I go to McDonald's.
I see.
If I want fried chicken, I go to KFC. But so that's the thing about Americans, is that we go that one specific place for that one specific thing.
It's actually really funny because in Taiwan it's basically the same. Like you say, French fries, McDonald's, and Burger King burger, Subway sandwich.
Of course.
And me personally, I really like the Subway cookie.
Yes.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Yes.
How is in this cookie? Why is it so delicious?
Right. See, that's the thing about Subway for us. It isn't the sandwich; it's the cookie.
It's the cookie.
Yeah.
And speak of that, there was one shocking fact. Like, everybody talking about KFC in Taiwan. What is the things we go for except for French fries? Not French fries, sorry. Fried chicken for KFC.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing we go to KFC for is their most delicious egg tart.
Egg tart.
But the KFC in America, they don't have it.
That's right. We don't.
What?
Isn't that crazy? We just
That's
we don't like egg tarts.
Egg tarts are so great.
It's just not a thing here.
Oh my god, okay. You're lost.
I know Taiwanese people really like baked goods. And that's great. That's great. I love baked goods. I'm definitely not a judger. But just in the US, it's just not a real big thing. I mean, if you want to have baked goods, the most common things you're going to see are three things. donuts, cake, and cookies. So these are the basic things that you see for sweets in the USA. And by the way, just so that everyone listening right now knows, Anita and I are looking for your support. We are now having ourselves a Patreon website to gather our fans to be able to find our Taiwanicans, those who are really interested in all of the stuff that we do. We are adding a lot of extra information on those. In the future, we're going to be having vlogs, and also a Q&A. All of these kind of little activities that will be even more personal, make it so that you can really connect to us one-on-one if you are actually really interested. We need this kind of support in order to boost our creativity, because even though we love making this stuff for you, we also need to make a living, right, Anita?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And we have more to offer.
Yes, we do. We have a lot to offer, and we're constantly expanding, but we would love to know that you guys are out there listening to us. And so
kind of lonely just talking here, right?
Yeah, right. So that's it's patreon.com/Taiwanica. There will be a link in the description below. It is really easy to join, and it's not very much. It's only a very small monthly subscription. The cheapest is $2. So, or in Taiwanese dollars, it's 60 Taiwanese dollars. So it's very affordable. Just looking for your love.
Just cheaper than bubble tea.
Yes, it really is.
Right?
Literally, you'll be supporting us with a bubble tea a month, so not very much. So we would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, now we're going to transfer to our street food conversation.
It's actually very interesting. Like before, when we talking about street food and fast food, our understanding of it, just fast food is junk food.
Yeah.
Fried chicken, hamburger, Coca-Cola, sort of things like that. And street food is really straightforward. Yeah, the food from the street, right? But when we look into it deeper, we discover something very interesting.
A lot of things, actually. Yeah. Why don't you share one of those?
We'll be right back.
I really like journaling, but I always end up with no time or cannot find a journal that I really like. So I was like, hey, let me create one. So here it is, a self-help journal created and designed by Anita. Inside the book, I provide very simple and easy to follow template. For example, in the morning, to-do list. In the evening, gratitude practice. So you can use a very little time to start this healthy habit. Go ahead and check it out in our description down below, or go to our buymeacoffee.com. All right, so I wanted to share my idea what's the differences between fast food and street food.
Okay,
as a Taiwanese.
Yeah, sure.
Like in Taiwan, but when we're talking about fast food, we're thinking about those American big chain restaurants, like what we mentioned, KFC, McDonald's, and stuff like that. Of course, we have some local fast food restaurant, but this kind of cuisine style is from Western countries.
Right.
And if you're looking for authentic local food, you go to night markets.
That's
which
right.
is, what we are famous for, night market. So for me, street food considers night market food, or another 小吃摊, food stand. Those are the street food to me as a Taiwanese.
Yeah, sure. No, it makes a lot of sense in Taiwan. I mean, if I wanted to try anything new, unique, or like you said, local, it's the night market or one of those streets near a night market that are selling a bunch of very unique flavored foods. Like, of course, the most famous is stinky tofu, but another one is like the di gua qiu, the sweet potato balls. So stuff like this, even though it is kind of like junk food, but it's street food because it's localized.
Yeah.
Stuff that you can only find in that area. You know, so that's why it's not a chain, and that's why I think this is the biggest difference between fast food and street food is that you know these companies or these people who are making these food are making them with their own style.
Yeah.
Right? It's not based off of a specific menu that you see anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's one of the biggest differences. And so
in Taiwan,
right. Whereas in the USA, we kind of focus on street food more as our way to explore different food cultures.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so it's become more and more of a trend these days. We don't necessarily have it like Taiwan where there's a night market and you can go and just explore and grab food here and there. No, instead we have like these little parking lots and those areas will have a bunch of food trucks. Which are becoming more and more popular on TV. So maybe some people in our audience know what those are. But just so in case you don't know, it's basically people will take a truck, gut out all of the insides and put a kitchen inside of it. And then you can basically order whatever food they make inside. And this is what a food truck is. And so, to be more specific, here in Portland, there's a few areas that are very popular for food. And if Anita and I want to go over there, there's going to be a whole entire block that's going to have tons of different food trucks. And I'm walking down the street like I'm going to different countries.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just jumping from one to the next. So if I want Thai food, it's right there. But right next to the Thai food place might be Vietnamese food. Or right next to that will be Mexican food. And then you just keep going down and down. You'll see every type of food cuisine that exists on the planet just on this block. And so this is how street food is for the United States. It's not about localizing a specific flavor like Taiwan. It's more about like trying anything that people are willing to experiment with and see if people will like it or not. So to give you a really specific example, like in USA, we love Mexican food. Absolutely love it. And this is kind of like our McDonald's now is eating Mexican food. Yeah, we love burritos, we love tacos. It's just the thing. But the thing is that actually the type of Mexican food we eat is not like Mexicans eat in Mexico. Their local flavors are very different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, like I lived in Mexico and when I was there, I was really surprised with the food. I was thinking I was going to get a burrito, like this big fat burrito for any meal of the day. I was super excited. But it turns out that they don't eat those kind of things there at all. In fact, if you want to have real traditional Mexican food, you go to a Mexican restaurant in the USA. But they're not popular because they're not like what Americans think.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why these street food places are very popular because they are Americanized food from other countries.
Interesting.
Yes.
So more like a immigrant influence kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like
food fusion.
Exactly. Perfect way to say that. A food fusion between their local traditional way of making food and Americanizing it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what street food is for us.
Yeah. I really like street food in the United States. It's really fun. Like you say, you can find any kind of food. Like you can find Japanese food, Thai food, Turkish food, any kind of food.
Literally anything.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the differences between street food and fast food.
You got it.
All right, so here comes our favorite part. We are going to rank what are the top 3 most delicious fast food restaurant in the United States and Taiwan.
All right.
All right, let's start with the USA.
All right. So just keep in mind that this is definitely a personal opinion here. There's no like rating out there that says this is the top 3, but this is just your host, Eric's point of view on what are the best fast food places in the USA are. Okay. So here we go.
Let's go with top 3.
All right, so I'm gonna go
number 3.
I'm gonna go with number 3 first. Yeah,
number 3.
All right, number 3 is McDonald's.
Stopping it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
exactly.
fail as American.
That's all right. I'm okay with failing in this part. Yeah, so it's definitely McDonald's. McDonald's is number 3. You just can't say no. I mean, if all else fails, if everything is closed and you have maybe $2 in your pocket and you're just like, I'm so hungry, I need to eat something right meow. You know, just right meow. You gotta do it right now, okay? McDonald's will never fail you. Never.
Yeah.
So that's why I give McDonald's number 3 because they are just so reliable.
Wow, it sounds like a good friend to
I know, right? We go back.
Childhood friend or something like that.
Surprisingly, more of a Taiwanese friend. But that's another story for another time. Okay. All right. So let's go on to number 2. All right. So number 2 is actually something we didn't even talk about in this episode, but it's Papa John's, which is a pizza place. Right. Yes. And pizza is considered fast food in the USA.
Indeed.
Yeah. Even though it can be handmade in the USA, but most of the time it's not. It's pre-made. But Papa John's is the best pizza chain in the USA. It just has great bread, great cheese, great flavors, great price. And they have good dipping sauces. If you really want...
use dipping sauce with your pizza?
Oh yeah, it's garlic butter sauce. Oh my god, it's amazing. Great for watching sport games. Yes, we could be fatter. And you're about to find out with number 1. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It is. Okay, so this one, I have to mention.
You need to kill
I know. I know. Yeah. You have to wait. All right. So the answer here is basically, in this one specifically, isn't all across the United States.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually only in a few states, mainly in California. Now it's kind of becoming more of a thing in Oregon. And there's one store in Texas. All right.
Right.
And so the name is In and Out. And In and Out is famous for its burgers, just like McDonald's. But they have so much more. They have chili cheese fries. They have
chili cheese fries.
Yeah, chili cheese fries. Basically
Jesus
fries
Christ.
with chili on top with cheese on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Anita's looking really grossed out, but she's about to hear something really amazing. They also have animal-shaped fries.
Animal-shaped fries.
Yeah, so
Am
basically
I like
they're
3?
Fine. All right. And their burgers are phenomenal. All right.
All right.
And the best part is that In-N-Out has a secret menu that only locals know about.
Which is?
Oh, well, if you were local, I would tell you. But you're not.
Are you sabotaging our relationship just because we didn't have a burger?
Yeah, well. So that is the end of my top 3.
All right,
if you ever go to California or go to Oregon or even Texas. I mean, if you want to go there. I love Texas, by the way. It's In-N-Out is definitely worth the try. It's a wonderful fast food restaurant.
All right, I've heard a lot about In-N-Out Burger from Eric, of course. So, I'll give it a try.
Excellent.
Thank you for your recommendation.
You're welcome.
All right.
Now let's go on to Taiwan.
Okay, so Taiwan's very simple, like just those few restaurants. But number 3 is very surprising.
Surprising, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
My number 3, again, this is just a personal opinion about the fast food in Taiwan.
Sure.
Number 3 is Moss Burger.
Yes, you can't go without Moss Burger in Taiwan.
Moss Burgers are good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just everywhere.
Yeah, and then sometimes, you want some junk food and you want to trick yourself, say, oh, I'm eating the healthier version of hamburger.
Right.
Moss Burger is the place you go.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, it's rice.
Rice bun.
Yeah, it's just rice. It's not even bread,
Yeah.
So, Moss Burger is number 3.
All right. What's found?
Number 2.
All right.
Is KFC.
Yes.
Their fried chicken just so good.
Yeah, literally, as you say in Chinese, 吃不腻.
吃不腻, exactly. Yes. Like, if you wanted to use your, you can only eat junk food few times in your lifetime because it's really bad for your health. So sacrifice for the best.
Yes.
If you want to, fried chicken, do it the right way. Go to KFC.
Absolutely.
And of course, like I mentioned, egg tarts. Just so good.
I don't get it.
I don't care.
I know. That's
Number one.
What is number one in Taiwan?
Number one, of course, is ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Just have to do it. Anyways, everybody already know except for you. So, number one, yes, it's McDonald's. And I gotta say, McDonald's in Taiwan, it's outstanding. Like just what we mentioned, like fried chicken, and they also have like seasonal like selection for different kinds of burgers.
Like their squid ink buns.
Yeah, like, you know, sometimes they make it like black bun, like when you say squid bun, and sometimes they will make, if they have like World Cup, like the soccer game or anything, they have the Coca-Cola glass. Remember, I was crazy about those glasses.
Yes, and then you broke them all.
Yes.
A story for another time.
So it's just like, and they're just so fun when you go to McDonald's. Just enjoy a wonderful meal and with affordable price, and have some other like collections and stuff.
Yeah, and
really
not
fun.
only that, but like McDonald's in Taiwan, there's just a lot of great seating. You know, like
that's right.
Right?
It's just like
you feel really like you're in a high class restaurant.
yes, and then the you know, the decoration inside, the paint on the wall, just like
yeah, you could like be there at any time of the day and feel super relaxed.
yes. And right now they have like coffee and other stuff, and the pastry, just like
like your apple pie pastry in Taiwan is like everyone in Taiwan loves that thing. Yeah.
Yes, they're just wonderful.
No.
Overall, McDonald's is definitely the number one.
I completely agree. I completely agree that McDonald's is number one in Taiwan.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so right now the last part, we are going to interview a foreigner. What are they thinking about very authentic and local brand of fast food restaurant, which is our Dan Dan Hanbao.
Yes.
So Eric Matthews.
Hi. I'm Eric.
Eric is the foreigner who used to stay in Taiwan.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did, yes.
Okay.
And there was one time I showed him Dan Dan Hanbao in Kaohsiung.
Oh, yes.
He's totally
in love.
Yes, please share your experience.
I never thought in my life that you could combine American like hamburger or fried chicken with the Taiwanese love of noodles. And
the 面线.
Yes, and when I saw this on my plate, because Anita ordered it for me, and she's like, "You're gonna love this." I'm like, "Okay."
Nobody say no to me, so I'm just like, you just eat it.
You never say no to Anita. Never say no. You hear how scared I am. The point here is that it came to my table, and I was looking at this, and I'm just like, "What is this?" And she said, "Just try it." So I was like, "All right." So I eat them. Say, "All right, eat them at the same time." I was like, "Okay." And so I ate them at the same time. I was just like, "What the hell is this magical, amazing? Oh my god, I'm just having orgasm in my mouth sensation." And it was super unhealthy, but it felt so good to eat it. You know, I was just so amazed.
Yeah, like I don't know whose idea is this. You know, like the Dan Dan Hanbao, the owner.
Yeah,
like
but
whoever started this
need an award.
Seriously, like what kind of idea you combine those things together?
I don't know.
It was just so good.
I don't know, but it was so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we both agree. Dan Dan Hanbao is always the number one.
So if you ever go to the southern part of Taiwan, whether you're a foreigner or Taiwanese listening to me right now, listen to these words. You need to go to Dan Dan Hanbao. You need to. Just try it once and just feel the magic, all right? Because you might gain like 3 kilos afterwards, but it's totally worth every bite because it's just, wow.
And the price is so cheap.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, what?
Well, I mean, that's expected because it's the south of Taiwan, but you know, but still, it was just fantastic.
Everything.
Yeah. Definitely the highlight of our trip to Kaohsiung.
Oh my god! Yeah. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. My stomach hates you, but my mouth loves it.
Loves it.
Okay. So all dirty jokes aside, this was the end of this episode.
This is fun. This
Yeah.
episode is really fun.
Yeah,
I
it really
love
was.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you also enjoyed it just as much as we did. Any last comments you want to say, Anita, before we close today's episode?
You know, if you decide to eat junk food or fast food or any kind of like food that's not so healthy, just enjoy it. You know, since you are, you know, don't feel struggle. Oh, I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna be
yes.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Just enjoy it.
Yes,
Okay.
wise words. I completely agree. We heard this from a very famous person that he said basically, if you want to enjoy fast food one time, don't regret it. You know, because afterwards, the regret actually makes you gain more weight.
Exactly.
So
You're gonna trick your brain.
yeah, you gotta trick your brain. So just, you know, enjoy the moment. You know, maybe you don't eat fast food or junk food very often, once maybe a year, but at that moment, just enjoy it. Yeah, because afterwards you can do all you can to remove the weight. You know,
Yeah.
because the body's amazing. So. That's a very good ending message, Anita. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. So that will be it. Final message, advertisement. We have a website, Taiwanica.world. We are going to be posting more and more of this content there, and also blog posts. It would mean so much to us if you could share this information, either of our podcast or of our blog. Or, you know, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating and even leave a review. We would love to hear from you, just so that this can spread out to even more Taiwanese or foreigners, so that we can accomplish our mission, which is to connect these two groups together. Yes. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for your time today.
All right. We will see you
Next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Taiwanica. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.